Today's offering is the MDC, which is a cute little vehicle with a point defense turret on it. Is this worth your money? And that money being $45 they want cash for it. Is it worth it? Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya. A big welcome to all the new arrivals to the channel the past week. There's been a lot of you. Great to have you join us. If you're interested in joining a test, the link is down below. Give it a look. And let's begin with the introduction to the MDC. Take it away, John Crew.
It's the Grey Cat MTC, which is the first in a family of ground vehicles from Grey Cat. The MTC was designed as this sort of utilitarian, all-purpose rover-style vehicle that allows two players to just bomb.
I will confess, I've probably taken out the other vehicles a handful of times, mostly the first time after I bought it, try it out, and I just don't use vehicles much for anything else. So maybe this breaks the trend, maybe this is something which we do use, and I think it will be.
MDC, which is your mobile defense center.
Incoming friendly A2.
The MDC is the ultimate ground support vehicle that you can take into battle.
That's beautiful. Just line up a couple, there's three of them shooting a bomb there from the A2. We needed this, all those hours spent at Jumptown where an A2 would come along. Now, if you don't manage to shoot them out the sky, you're cooked. And the amount of times that an event was brought to a horrific end was when a bomb came through. So now, if you can just park a couple of them, can you imagine doing like 5 or 10 of them? That'd be spectacular. Let's continue.
It's designed to give you that little bit extra protection.
There's no vehicle that's better to support your team.
The first thing you're going to notice when you see the MDC is the PDT on the back, and point defense turret. The PDT itself is new. It's a ballistic Gatling version of the existing bearing.
The weapon designs team is doing a wonderful job. I gotta appreciate the improvement over the years. Not that they sucked before, but they sucked less. They definitely improved with the weapon designs. They're looking spectacular. I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Point defense turrets we have elsewhere in the game. Obviously, being a ballistic, it has finite ammo, so this will need to go back to a location to reload. But the trade-off for that is that it has an increased alpha damage, so it is more useful against shielded and armored targets.
So
What
the reason
is the range on these? I haven't checked yet, but if the range is decent, this is great. Just plop down a couple of them. I have an idea. Wait, let me just play a bit more.
decided to put a PDT on a ground vehicle was because when you have events like Jumptown and people are there loading their ships
It
and
looks
getting
like
other
pretty
bits
decent range. I don't want to estimate now. I should have taken a look at Urkel before I started. Never mind.
and pieces, you're very vulnerable to attack, giving them a different means to actually defend themselves or if they're on their own.
The PDT on the MDC is swappable. So that means you can have the missile variant, the Gatling variant, and the laser variant.
I like it. I like it a lot. And I know what you guys are thinking immediately. If you have a Kraken or an 890 jump, can you just park a bunch of them on top? In fact, here is an idea, and tell me if I'm crazy about this or not. Instead of having those stupid size 1 or size 2s on the large hauling ships, or any kind of hauling ship at all, why not just put these fixed onto the ship instead of the pilot-controlled turrets, which don't do anything anyway? Is that something which is viable, or has been discussed, never saw it? Because a lot of the hauling ships or bigger ships don't need a size 1 or size 2 pilot control, which does nothing. Slap these guys on. Am I crazy? Yes, but can they do it? They should look into it.
The missile and the laser variant is now available in 4.4 within in-game stores.
Driving the MDC around is very much like driving the MTC around. Its handling is almost identical. It's capable of getting to places the MTC is capable of getting, and can be carried in the same sort of vehicles as the MTC. But whilst you're driving around,
It looks so good. You know, we were so concerned in the early days if visually it'll keep up, and visually it has kept up. It's spectacular.
PDT is automatically engaging threats
Look at it.
against you as a player. whether that's incoming ordnance or ships.
That's great.
But as an added bonus, it is also very useful as a base defense mechanism.
Right.
You can park this vehicle up, leave it there, and then it will continue the same role of defending
This
against.
IAE is the solo player or the small 2 or 3 man team player's dream come true. The Clipper, spectacular for a single player. Now, if you and your friend are going mining, now you can just go mine happily, drop down 2 of these around you, and be relatively safe, right?
Targeted ordnance and ships whilst you're outside the vehicle.
The exterior is a mix between utilitarian and minimalistic. We wanted to find good balance between those.
Good looking vehicle.
The MXC is a really nice chassis to work with. We thought about the different variants when we were designing the base chassis, and I think it lends itself really well.
Curtis is doing a great job.
It kind of leans into that military idea of they don't want to be making everything from scratch. They want parts to be serviceable, they want them to be interchangeable. We've tried to keep the overall silhouette of the vehicle and its overall size as close to the main chassis as we can, but then when it jumps into action, the turret lifts up on this big platform that is very well supported, very, very strong, and it gives a little bit greater visibility, not only of the sky, but also of the surrounding area. You can see the engineering that's gone into it, and I think it's really successful.
Yeah, I'm liking the designs. Who knew you'd be looking at internet PDTs so carefully? Look where we've come.
Conveying what its purpose is.
The interior is based on the teenage engineering design, rounded corner and bold buttons.
As soon as you walk in, on the rear wall, it's all of the components. So everything you need to make the vehicle drive, everything you need to make the vehicle function.
My favorite part of interior is those 2 weapon racks next to each other, and just open the door, access to weapon rack, get the gun and go back.
You've got your fire extinguisher, and then you're straight into the cockpit, straight into driving it around and blowing things up.
I can definitely see these being used a lot within the universe, especially at things like Jumptown style events or the DMR rally, where there's always a threat of incoming ships ruining everyone's fun.
I mean, they're finally stepping up with the whole rock, paper, scissors style of activities here, right? Before there was just the bomber coming in, and unless you could shoot the thing down, you were out of luck. But at least now there's something to counter that. This combined arms, it's getting there. We're not there yet, but this is definitely a step in the right direction.
Or causing everyone's fun. Suppose it depends what side you're on.
It's my first ship vehicle that I worked on it from scratch, and really amazing concept
wonderful
from
job.
Sam.
I really have a good time designing it and finding ways of putting everything together, making everything fit and worked within the constraints of the vehicle.
This is the second vehicle in the family that we're showing, and I think you can see that commonality between the 2 existing ones. And it just adds that extra utility, which I think is very useful.
And we're off to the MFC next year for crafting.
It's for someone that wants to take those extra few steps just to ensure that something's looking out for them, that something's protecting them.
So what happens to the person who gets 30 of these and lines the top of their
That's
890
exactly what I was
jump
thinking.
with them?
That person feels really safe.
Oh, that actually did it. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should have watched the video before I said anything, because now it just looks weird that I said it and then it came up. Anyway, I didn't actually bother watching the video before, but now I did. That's exactly it. Everyone's going to be doing that, right? Well, you have to buy a bunch of them. But why don't we just have these? Well, I mean, there are a couple of them on the ship already, but we need more. All right, so what is this going to set you back? Taking a look at the promotional page for it, some pretty pictures. Beautiful, I love the way it comes out. Apparently, if I'm reading this correctly on my Discord, there's a bug right now where the gun does not retract once you turn it off. But those tickets have been filed and they're looking into it right now. For $45, look, I will, personally, I do want one because there's been enough times where I'm just going out by myself and I just want to go mining or what if I want to do, and someone else shows up and you don't know whether they're going to attack or not. It's nice to have. I'm liking this. As a group, I think it'll be great when you have 5 or 10 of them out. You can just go ahead and do your mining operations on the ground, whatever you want to do. For $45, if you have the money burning a hole in your wallet, why not? I believe it comes with the missile launchers. This is the Warbond version of it. But these will also likely be available in the game to buy, usually 3 to 4 months in. For a vehicle like this, at worst, maybe 6 months from now. These are things you can buy in the game, and it won't be too bad. So if you want to be patient, buy them in the game. If you need it right now, $45 is not bad, but keep in mind, $45 also buys you a game package sometimes. So it's up there, but as far as usefulness goes, I think it's definitely worth it. What else they have here? There's a 10-year of $50. There's a duo pack for $95, and we have some paints. There is a black with a red stripe for $3. The whole 5 paint pack, and I cannot make this picture bigger, but if you're into that, different camo, the Timberwolf paint, the Cadet paint, the Boreal paint for $5, and the Baracas, BA Baracas. And I guess you got to be over 35 years old to get the reference maybe, but yes, actually I like that. I like that a lot. I'll be spending $3 on the Baracas paint just because. And brushwood paint for $3 again. Yeah, look, I'm not into paints too much for small vehicles. I don't really care too much. But if you do like a certain theme with your vehicles, why not? And overall thoughts, I would say, if you can upgrade something into that, I think this is definitely very useful. $45, not too bad. Otherwise, wait 3 to 6 months, and this is definitely purchasable in the game. I give this 2 thumbs up. It's definitely very useful, something we'll be using a lot in my opinion. And give me your thoughts. Are you going for this? Yes or no? Post comments below. And if you enjoy my content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.